Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, and Nissan Stadium on the shores of the Cumberland River. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans.
Set to kick off.
Mike Tirico along with my partner Greg Olson. It's Will Lutz, the kicker, who gets this started. Off we go through the raindrops here in Nashville. It's a three tight end look as they have it 1st and 10.
Dragon 60. Trap goal 80.
First carry now for Kenneth Walker. And he'll take it for 4 yards on the game's first play.
He was brought down by Kevin Winstead. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 39-yard line.
Ready, set.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 6. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
6 yards to go.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Let's go. Panther 11. Panther.
From the gun, Richardson. Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the 3rd play. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike. They've got to identify what went wrong. Let's correct it so we're able to move forward. Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
2nd and 10.
Back. 60 bites. Ready.
Out of the gun, Ward. Is caught. It's Chigokonkwo. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of
22 yards, the pickup there. That's good for a Titan 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Ready. Gravity lock.
On the ground, it's Brown. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Shotgun snap for Wolf. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. That's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that 1st down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
Come on. Trap 60. Trap 60. Panther 60. Panther 60. Go.
3rd and 2. Wolf. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Chimdike that time. And it's going to be 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
Here we go. 19. Cup 19. Cup 19.
They snap it to Ward. to the sideline and intercepted. He works free, right side. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Indy. So they make the decision on fourth down to try to go for it. Instead, it goes back the other way for a pick six.
Yeah, and anytime you go for it on fourth down, you're saying, hey, we don't mind rolling the dice and taking some chances. In this case, it backfires. The defense is able to capitalize, and they take it all the way back the other way.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
Get it. Steady.
Play action.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. This offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long.
Let's go now. Count Buffalo 18. Ready, ready.
From the gun, here's Ward. Now a shot here, deep middle. That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend that lead.
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now, Mike. He just has to make better decisions because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
79 Broncos. Hawk 70. Hawk 19 Lions.
Richardson to throw it here on first down. That one swung out wide to Walker. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain. Try again. It's second and 10.
Drop 50. Cougar 19.
Throwing is Richardson. Moving to his right. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
From the gun on third down, Richardson. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down. He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Colts will extend to a 10-0 lead.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here able to put that one through.
At their own 31-yard line.
Here we go. Set. Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready?
On first down, it's Ward. The open man is Wilson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drop.
That's good for a Titans first down.
Come on,
First
come on.
and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now Brown. Open space to the 35. And he will score. Case Brown. Touchdown Titans. That's his third rushing the back, accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about. And they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him, and that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
So now after the touchdown, Luck's going to send this one away. Patterson now to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
19 take.
Brings up second and
Throwing on 2nd down. Richardson. Got it into the hands of Mims. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
On play action, Richardson. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Richardson sacked. A loss of 11 yards. And it's 3 and out.
On 4th down, they'll turn to Ryan Stonehouse here to punt, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. That's fielded at about the 18. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Cowboy 80. Roll, roll, roll. Ready, ready.
They'll run here with Brown. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Wilkins on the stop. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 9.
Stephanie.
Off play action, it's Ward. And he is going to go down. They sack him to end the 1st quarter. A touchdown apiece here in the 1st quarter of play. 10-7 is the score. We're back in Music City after this. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long.
Let's go now.
Quick throw, and it's going to wind up incomplete. That was the run-pass option. Choose pass. Defender able to close it down and bring up 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
20-yard line.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Now Richardson. And that ball incomplete over the middle. He was looking for Marvin Mims there. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation. And instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity. But with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the first down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
Okay,
2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. To throw, it's Richardson. To the left side, that's caught by Mitchell.
So we see this more and more often in today's NFL, Mike, where on 3rd down, the ball is actually thrown short of the chains, and there's really 2 reasons. 1, teams are a lot more willing to use 4th down, and 2, they have a lot of confidence in these receivers and tight ends and backs to run after the catch.
In motion is Warren.
Ready, go!
Try to get him to jump. Did not work. Good job by the defense to stay disciplined. It's a delay again. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drop. This one, returnable. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line.
On the set. Get it. 70 Timberwolves.
On 1st and 10, Ward. Short one there to Okonkwo. He's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 1.
Ready? 19, 18. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready?
Throwing is Ward. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Prodding his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And the defense can't come up. Stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a 1st down.
Ready, ready?
Carry here for Brown. And he'll get it back to midfield. That's it. No gain on the play.
The size, the speed, and the strength of this defensive tackle was on full display, Mike. He defeats the block, strikes the ball carrier at their line of scrimmage. He's able to bring him down, keep it to no gain.
On the jump.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Cup 19. Cup. Panther 60. Panther 60. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Ready.
Looking to throw, it's Ward. And for the 3rd time in this 1st half, he's been intercepted. So they're going to have it here. Get it at their own 37-yard line.
I've been around certain quarterbacks, Mike, that love throwing the ball in the rain, and other quarterbacks who are very uncomfortable. It looks like this one kind of got out of his hand, a little wonky, and that ball gets away from you just enough. It's going to end up falling into the wrong hands and go the other way.
On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Drops for the loss of a yard.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12. the 36-yard line.
Let's go. Go.
Here's Richardson. Going to keep this himself. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. A pickup of 12 yards. First down, Indianapolis.
Anthony Richardson. I mean, it's not hard to see why they want to get the ball in his hands as often as possible, both as a passer, but when you can get him as a designed runner, his size and speed, he is a handful for defenses.
Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force third down.
And 10 yards.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Forced out wide. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Richardson going to hit the deck here, but not before he picks up a first down.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on third down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the first down, and then to protect himself with the slide, well done.
On the ready.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. On the ground for the first time, here comes Jonathan Taylor. Good blocking to the 15. And he's in! Jonathan Taylor, touchdown Colts. His 6th touchdown now for the season.
It's not often in the NFL, Mike, that we see a run play result in a touchdown of this length. A lot of things have to go right. The right look by the defense, executing by the offensive line and all of your blockers. And then sometimes it's just, I got a better guy with the ball in my hand than you do on defense. And I think all of those things here were at play and results in a big touchdown.
This is fielded inside the 5. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready. Cougar 19.
Here's Brown. That'll bring this to about the 25. Starling Thomas is there on the tackle.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-happy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
19 tight. 19 tight. Ready.
Throwing, Ward. Out to his right. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Ready.
The run up the middle, it's Walker. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
60 Bison. 60 Bison.
Brings up second
Off
and
the play
7.
fake. The blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
Anthony Richardson sacked. A loss of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
So back up after sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
19 Lions. Go.
Throwing, Richardson. Flush to his right. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
And I think this is just a really good quarterback play. You understand you got 3 points in your pocket. Don't try to be a hero on 3rd down and make the perfect pass. Throw it away, and at the end, just come away with points on this drive. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
This placed in the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. He'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
19 Tiger, 19. Let's go. 70 Timberwolf. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Let's go.
Drive will start on the ground. And they're going to mark them down up past the 35. The Titans will use the first of their timeouts. Clock will stop with 34 seconds to go until the break.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
70, 79 Broncos.
On 1st down, Ward. This one downfield for Okonkwo. And he will score. Kick Okonkwo. Touchdown, Tennessee. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allows the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the 1st half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Patterson now to return it. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line.
70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Jeanette. Panther 60. Panther 60.
Mims sent in motion here.
Riggs. 7 Pirates. 18 Pioneer.
On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. Flush to his right. He bought as much time as he could, but it will finally be taken down. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts, and it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this 1st half. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
Go 3. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
Out of shotgun, Richardson. He's going to run it. So, 1 half in the books. 2nd half coming up. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Come on. Set. Ready, ready.
Here's a run to begin this third quarter. Cutting very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3.
3-yard pickup. Brings up second and 7.
From the 38 now, here's second and 7.
Here we go, here we go.
Off the bootleg, it's Ward. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Buffalo 18, go. 19 Lions. Ready.
3rd and long. Here's Ward. Oh, for the 5th time, he is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
5-yard line.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
Let's go. 70 Timberwolves. Go.
A handoff, running left, it is Walker. That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about 5.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second and 4. We'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Track 60, track 60.
Brings up 3rd and
Track
3.
60. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
From the gun, Richardson. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's in. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown. I don't mind the play call. But something you have to keep in mind, Mike, is when you decide to pass this close to the goal line, all of the space is the width of the field. There's not a lot of depth to the field. So that's why the timing, the anticipation, the accuracy of the quarterback, it all has to be on point. It wasn't on that last play, and that's why it ultimately failed.
Rangers, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Let go.
Now, first down throw for Ward. He finds Jaden Reed for the grab.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 41, here's second down and 4.
Here we go, set. Bronco 80. Cup 19, Cup 19. Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready, ready.
Out of the gun, Ward. That's complete to DK. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
Okay, ready? Set up. Hawk 7.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And good yardage there after the catch to wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 18, Pioneer. Ready.
From the gun, here's Ward. He'll find his receiver. That's DK. And he'll get into the end zone. Jim DK. Touchdown Titans. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz gonna send this one away. Patterson now to return it. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. They run with Walker. And he just hoped to stay on his feet here, picking his way forward for a gain of about 4.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
19 Wyatt.
Once again, it's Walker. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
It's a gain of 2 yards.
Throwing is Richardson. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead.
Mike, it's very simple in the NFL. You're just not going to win a lot of games when you're losing the turnover battle to this degree. And it's their struggles protecting the football. They've continued to hurt them here today, and that's why they find themselves trailing at this point in the game.
And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7.
Let's go now. Trap 60. Trap. Viking 18. Dragon 60.
Shotgun snap for Wolf. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, but now it's 3rd down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
Let's go. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Ready, right?
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. Pick up of 11 yards on that one. 1st down for Tennessee.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the 4th quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
Ready?
From the 31, here's 2nd and 9.
18 Rattler. 18 70 Lions. Ready?
Here's Ward. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
Hawk 70, Hawk, Cup 19, Cup 19. 19 Lions. Go.
Throwing on third down, Ward. He gets that complete as he hits Reed. 18 yards on the connection. That's good for a Titan first down.
That's good.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Incomplete.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Again, it's Ward. And he'll take it on in. Jake Okonkwo. Touchdown, Tennessee. That's his second touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4.
He's lined up one-on-one, and it's a mismatch from the very beginning. He's just so fast, so big. He's kind of part tight end, part wide receiver, and when you have that type of skill set, it's just going to be hard to stop.
Now, a 2-point conversion attempt coming.
Will line up for the
70
2-point
Timberwolves.
conversion.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Check out.
Throwing again is Ward. And that is incomplete. 2-point conversion attempt winds up being unsuccessful.
26. Will Lutz set to kick off.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Patterson now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
Come on.
Richardson to throw it here on first down. He'll take a shot with Mims. And that is incomplete. They try to sneak a deep ball in there to wrap up the quarter, but time has expired, and the third has come to an end. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Viking 18. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Ready, right?
Richardson going to look to throw. Exiting the pocket right. He's going to tuck it and go. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 40-yard line. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
First down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
At the 40-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Walker, running to the left. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the
We'll go
40-yard
play
line.
action. It's Richardson.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
60 Bison, 60, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Ready.
from the gun on third down. Richardson. He gets this complete to Mitchell. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 22
They get 22 yards there. That's good for a Colts first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On the ground, it's Walker. And he'll just hope to stay on his feet here, picking his way forward for a gain of about 4.
33-yard line.
From the 33, here's second down and 5. Here's Richardson. Got it into the hands of Mendes. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
The 22-yard line.
Drop 60.
Richardson to throw. A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in second and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
18 Cardinal. Let go.
Off the play fake, it's Richardson. Moving outside the pocket. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
Ready.
Big play coming up. This is third down.
Here we go. Set. Pass to the left. 60 Eagles.
Now Richardson. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force fourth down. So, pressure kick coming now for Brandon Aubrey. This to take the lead here in the fourth. And this one online. And it is good. And they take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Come on. Set. 19 Tiger.
Off play action, it's Ward. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Cup 19. Cougar 19. 79 Broncos. Dragon 60.
Here's Ward now on second down. And more of the same. Another interception. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys first and 10 in the red zone.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong kind of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you jump the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week. In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on first and second down. The last thing you want is to be in third and pass.
And he'll take this one in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Indy. Greg, they did everything they wanted to do on that drive, and now a chance to really make it an important lead.
Mike, with that touchdown there, they're an extra point conversion from extending this lead to a two-score game. And at this point in the fourth quarter, I think they feel pretty good about their chances of holding on.
Titans 27.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here we go. 7, Bronco 80. Ready?
On first and 10, Ward. The open man is Reed. He's got it. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
First down.
60
First and
average.
10 at the 47-yard line.
Go.
On first down, it's Ward. And he's just throwing ducks up there. Another ball intercepted. And the Colts will take over possession here at the 44.
First and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. The tackle is going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good for the Colts. First down.
Let's go.
A gain of 16 yards.
On first down, they'll stay with Taylor on the ground. And he'll just hope to stay on his feet here, picking his way forward for a gain of about 4.
6-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this.
Ready?
It is second and 6. They'll go again here with Taylor. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
18 Cardinal.
They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Jonathan Taylor, the intended receiver. And now it's fourth down. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Colts will extend their lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. They'll come up for first and 10.
18, Pioneer. Ready?
Throwing is Ward. Someone there to Okonkwo.
The drag route, we used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catchability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Well, that was step one. The offense did their job, get this thing back within one possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Kick is good. Makes the score Colts 39, Titans 34. Will Lutz set to kick off.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Patterson now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Let's go now. Set up.
Now
70,
flags
Wolf.
fly. Looks like someone got going early, and it's going to turn into 1st and 15.
Ready, ready. 60. Ready, ready. Hut, ready.
This drive starts on the ground with Walker. Not much. 2nd and long coming up. The Titans will use the first of their timeouts. It's stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one.
Here we go. Ready.
A 2nd down throw for Richardson. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Cougar 19. Ridge. Ridge. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Get up.
From the gun, Richardson. Throw over the middle, looked in by Mitchell. Here's a timeout, Tennessee. It'll be their 2nd. They'll stop it. Just over 40 seconds to go in this one. The Colts about to kick this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. This will be returnable from his own 15. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there.
Okay, ready.
Here is 1st and 10.
Mustang. Tag. Cowboy 80. Buffalo 18. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Out of the gun, Ward. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
24-yard line.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
To throw on 2nd down is Ward. He'll take a shot. Looking for Wilson.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
18 Rattlers. Cup 19. Cup 19. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats. Ready, ready.
From the gun, here's Ward. Oh, and a pressure there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down. Titans going to use the last of their timeouts here. The clock will stop with an even 20 seconds to go.
Got it. Ready?
Defense has to play smart, avoid a penalty on 4th and long.
Pioneer. Viking 18. Go.
They snap it to Ward. This one downfield for Okonkwo.
And it all came down to that play. The offense finds themselves trailing all out of their timeouts. The defense knew they were one stop away from ending this game, and they came up big when their team needed it.
So this one, a win for the visiting Colts. That is now 6 consecutive victories. They are making it look easy out there as they continue their winning ways. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL.